if I got a meeting with the governor? That's real rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, nope, he not. The line to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me. Red Doggies caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to
Well, the city of Seattle known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a wet and wild Lumen Field.
These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with their opponents.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Being chased out left. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They go back to Carson here on second.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
First carry for Raheem Mostert.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Lance now to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
They'll roll him out right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Here's Lance.
Forced out to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year.
And the Black Knights have taken the lead.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And got his man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 78 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They hand it off to Mostert. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And now they'll throw with Lance. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he's got some space here. The 20.
That's right, baby.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Black Knights have yet again retaken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 127 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 8 coming up. Lance a handoff here to Mostert. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run right side with Mostert. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Able to put it through. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Running on 1st down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Lance able to find Mostert. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. Touchdown! George Kittle with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Black Knights are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's got room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 174 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Mostert. Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Lance looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Lance. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll go down, and that will do
for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Mostert hit, and he drops the ball. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. They run for it with Breida. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 14 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give to Breida. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The kick by Gold is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Wilson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly.